e4, c5, knight f3, d6, g3, knight f6, d3, e6, bishop g2, knight c6, short castle, bishop e7, knight b d2, d5, rook e1, short castle, e5, knight d7, knight f1, queen c7, bishop f4, b5, h4, a5, knight e3, a4, knight takes d5, e takes d5, e6, bishop d6, bishop takes d, queen takes d6, e takes d7, bishop takes d7, e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, e5, knight db5, d6, bishop g5, a6, knight a3, b5, knight d5, bishop e7, bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, c3, bishop g5, knight c2, knight e7, h4, bishop h6, a4, b takes a4, bishop c4, short castle, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, bishop b5 check, bishop d7, bishop takes d7, queen takes d7, short castle, knight c6, c3, knight f6, queen e2, e6, d4, c takes d4, c takes d4, d5, e5, knight e4, bishop e3, bishop e7, knight e1, f6, f3, knight g5, knight d3, short castle, knight d2, knight f7, f4, b6, knight f3, f5, rook ac1, rook fc8, g3, g6, king g2, a5, a3, knight cd8, knight f2, b5, knight d3, rook c4, b3, rook takes c1, bishop takes c1, rook c8, bishop b2, rook c7, queen d2, e4, e5, knight f3, d6, d4, knight d7, bishop c4, e takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop e7, bishop takes f, king takes f7, knight e6, king takes e6, queen d5 check, king f6, queen f5 checkmate, e4, e5, f4, e takes f4, knight f3, f6, bishop c4, g5, knight takes g5, f takes g5, queen h5 check, king e7, queen takes g5 check, knight f6, queen e5 checkmate, e4, e5, f4, e takes f4, knight f3, f6, bishop c4, g5, knight takes g5, f takes g5, queen h5 check, king e7, queen f7 check, king d6, queen d5 check, king e7, queen e5 checkmate.